Former President Muhammadu Buhari revealed how prominent pastors vigorously campaigned and prayed for him to lose 2015 election. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post our juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. Former President Muhammadu Buhari revealed how prominent pastor vigorously campaigned and prayed for him to lose 2015 election. Are we still on this matter? For goodness sakes, this man, get where I go read this man about this man rich. This man, the news where they do me, my belly will spoil. I will say their prayer work. The news in detail, please. A new book on former President Muhammadu Buhari revealed how prominent pastors vigorously campaigned and prayed for him to lose the 2015 election and progressed from there to pray against him and his government after he won the poll and assumed office as Nigeria's leader. The book, written by Buhari's former special advisor on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, chronicles the hosts of vicious rhetoric and hate campaigns which the men of God orchestrated against Buhari and his government, right from the time he signified interest in contesting the election. The book recalls how former President Goodluck Jonathan opened the floodgates of church mobilization against Buhari by visiting and speaking in many churches ahead of the 2015 election so as to win against Buhari, thereby setting the tone for many pastors to use and attack Buhari. Before the 2015 presidential poll, the then President Jonathan went church hopping. He visited most major congregations, secretly campaigning for votes and generating hatred for the APC candidate. In fact, there is one pastor, Emmanuel, who recorded a widely circulated audio tape describing the APC as a Muslim jihadist party and his candidate a precursor of the Antichrist. Horrendous, the writer notes. Buhari still won the election, but a disgruntled army had been mobilized against him. Another mass of Armageddon, prejudiced preachers and congregation with scant knowledge of the word of God. They just follow their leaders unquestioningly, like the Bereans Christian as mentioned in the Acts of the Apostles in chapter 17. A good number of preachers displayed blatant hostility against the Buhari government. Even when they went prophetic and hit the crossbar, they still continued to parade themselves somebody instead of suiting in sackcloth and ashes. Bishop had arrayed himself against Buhari before the election. Indeed, he was on tape as instructing members to kill any Fulani they saw near the church. Jesus sure wouldn't say that, would he? There is a story on good authority of a meeting convened of top Christian leaders by Pastor Enoch Adejere Adeboye at the Redeemed Christian Church of God campground off Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. It was shortly before the 2015 presidential poll. A renowned pastor at the meeting told me that Pastor Adeboye asked the preachers if any of them had heard a word from God on the forthcoming election. Bishop O was said to have stood up and pontifically declared that God told him that President Goodluck Jonathan would win. Another pastor was said to have indicated support for the then President Jonathan, as government was going to do bid rounds for oil blocks soon and he needed one for works of the kingdom. Fine, the election held and you know the rest of the story. The pro-Jonathan pastors never forgave Buhari and the APC. Many times, one of the most prominent pastors reportedly cursed President Buhari and his government. In fact, there was a time in the first term that he declared Buhari's time as over, that God had rejected him. The president not only re-won election in 2019, he also completed his second term. So much was the top pastor antipathy towards Buhari that he publicly identified with the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, or candidate of the PDP in the 2019 election. He forgot that Atiku was also Fulani, the breed he had asked his members to lynch if they saw any near the church. Of course, Buhari trounced them all together. In June 2022, he declared the Buhari government as the most wicked and corrupt history of the country. Without any shred of evidence in the process, he mixed up his facts. Months earlier, he had proclaimed 7 days of fasting and prayers for the fall of Buhari, in which he had been joined by 2 of his acolytes of Dunamis Church and Salvation Ministries. They failed because God was not in the enterprise. In August 2020, Bishop O had publicly rained curses on the president of his own country. He said judgment was closer than ever. None of the malediction came to pass. In September 2018, Bishop O deeply embarrassed himself when he said Buhari had returned to the country after the health challenge of 2017 was a clone. He didn't understand satire and was gleefully reading a piece done by Dr. Olatunji Dari in the Nation newspaper. He did not know that the piece was a caricature of those who had told the story of shit as the man occupying Aso Rock Villa. In April 2018, he said God was angry with Buhari and that his days were numbers. But the Almighty smiled at the man till he handed over power on May 29, 2023. Additionally, who is a member of the Four Square Gospel Church in Nigeria, also recalls how he temporarily left the church when the Abuja pastor of the church started using the pulpit to attempt to denigrate Buhari and his administration. Oga, look, all this 1 year is writing. I don't care. So far, you are not writing through the eyes of the masses. I don't care. You know the waiting we see you. Hey, you don't know waiting we see. It is only us that can talk what we see or what we saw. After all this thing you said, now the Buhari Papa, what did he do? Can you come out and tell us specifically what he did? No, can you? Come on now. We all know that it is these same people that made the period of Jonathan's time ungovernable. Except there is something where they play for back. Oh, no. Except that. But deep down in my heart, I know it's not APC. And I make the period of Jonathan ungovernable. Like I said, except, you get me saying they play for back. Oh, no. Except saying that PDP, people say they against Jonathan, he still do. But the thing be saying that them, this set of politicians, now them follow do waiting they will happen to Nigeria now. And if you're going to come back and defend Buhari, like I said, come out with facts. Not that they prayed for him to die. So Kiloko, what is our issue? So he did not die. What did he now do? How did he impact? Did he impact positively? That's the question. So just like if you want to come outside and say Methuselah is the man that lived, what did he do? I can't, in the Bible, they cannot categorically tell us that look at what Methuselah did. They only tell us he was the man that lived the longest on earth. So yes, come outside, talk with any do not be all this one way they can. With what happened and how the country has gone now, where are the pastors wrong? Where will the hangover of spirits taken in Villa clear from your eyes, Mr. Jude? I beg, no ask him that question. Now you know what they do. He sat down and wrote a book, volume 1 to volume 5. Make him clap for himself. Very soon, I then go mandate that book, say make people they read them. Yes, now, if you go schools, then go say, in Femi's book, what happened? What did this say? Very annoying set of people. Did he really win in 2015? Don't mind them. The then INEC chairman, Professor ATRØC1T1ES once confessed how the then governor forum put him under pressure to declare Buhari winner. No mind these people. Just they yarn anyhow. They yarn, open their mouth while they talk. Alright, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. So thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.